The year is 1893. Chicago. The World's Columbian Exposition, an event so grand, it promised to leave its mark on history. But beneath the spectacle of progress, a whisper of the impossible lingered in the shadows. The White City, as it was known, gleamed with an otherworldly luminescence, an ethereal glow that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The source? An illumination said to operate on principles never openly explained by its creators. How could a city of this scale bathe in endless light without a single puff of soot from the coal engines? Nikola Tesla, the enigmatic inventor, stood at the center of this mystery, harnessing energy in ways that confounded even the most seasoned engineers of the time. As fairgoers marveled at the spectacle, a select few were invited into a hidden enclave, a darkened tent shrouded in secrecy. Inside, a device unlike any other word with a low hum. The hum was more than a sound, it was a vibration felt in the bones. This was the Tesla coil, a machine that spat lightning into the air, yet powered nothing more than light bulbs without wires. Witnesses reported feeling the air crackle with energy, a sensation that defied logical explanation. Yet, despite the overwhelming evidence of its capability, official records remain cryptic, mere footnotes in the annals of technological evolution. Behind the scenes, the gatekeepers of established science, academic institutions, corporate interests, and political entities, circled like vultures. They could not allow such free-flowing energy to disrupt the economic order. With calculated precision, they maneuvered to obscure the origins of the technology. The official narrative was rewritten. Tesla's experiments were dismissed as impractical, and his financial backers withdrew under mysterious circumstances. The truth was buried under layers of bureaucracy and red tape, hidden from public view for decades to come. Yet, the fair's legacy was marred by other anomalies. The enormous Ferris wheel, a marvel of engineering, seemed to defy the era's mechanical limitations. It rotated effortlessly, driven by a mysterious force that many speculated was more than mere steam power. In the cool evening air, it spun silently, the only sound being the hushed whispers of those who dared question its true power source. Could it have been another application of Tesla's enigmatic energy? The question hung heavy, unanswered in the minds of those who dared to dream beyond the conventional. As the fair concluded, the White City was dismantled, its secrets scattered to the winds. Yet, the whispers of untapped power persisted, seeping into the consciousness of inventors and dreamers worldwide. The very earth seemed to vibrate with untold potential, a silent testament to what had been witnessed and subsequently hidden. In the years that followed, the question remained, had the World's Fair truly unveiled the utopia of free energy, only to have it snatched away by the hands of those who feared its implications? The truth lay in the unmarked graves of forgotten inventors and the dusty archives of suppressed patents. Paris, 1900. The Exposition Universelle. An event designed to demonstrate the cultural and technological prowess of the age. Yet, amid the grandeur, an unsettling curiosity took root. The Palace of Electricity, a monumental testament to human ingenuity, stood at the heart of the exhibition. It was said to be powered by mechanisms that confounded conventional understanding. Visitors described a dazzling display of lights and an atmosphere charged with an inexplicable energy. How could such a display be possible, they wondered, in an era still largely dependent on the flickering flame of gas lamps? Within the palace, a machine known as the electric fountain mesmerized audiences. It was a spectacle of engineering that seemed to defy gravity itself. Colored lights danced in harmony with jets of water, synchronized in a symphony of impossible physics. The secret lay in the fountain's hidden mechanisms, rumored to be powered by an undisclosed energy source. Witnesses spoke of a sensation, a pulse within the air that could be felt but not seen, as though the fountain itself was alive with an unseen force. The technical details were a closely guarded secret, locked away by those who had the most to lose. The gatekeepers, this time entrenched within European scientific organizations and industries, moved swiftly to suppress any hint of revolutionary technology. Patents were denied, and inventors who dared to speak of free energy found themselves ostracized. Documents detailing the inner workings of the Palace of Electricity vanished. These entities, protectors of the status quo, ensured that their control over energy resources remained unchallenged. The narrative was clear: the wonders of the exposition were merely illusions, not a glimpse of a new era. Beyond the palace, the exposition boasted another enigma: the Great Globe. This massive, hollow sphere was said to house devices that could manipulate sound waves to create patterns in the air. Visitors described experiencing feelings of euphoria and tranquility, as if the air itself was imbued with a gentle, harmonious energy. Some whispered of experiments in resonance, where sound and energy merged to create unseen forces. The Great Globe stood as a silent guardian of secrets that would confound future generations. As the exposition drew to a close, the mysteries of Paris lingered like a fading dream. The world was left to ponder the possibilities glimpsed within the Palace of Electricity and the Great Globe. Was this a fleeting vision of a future denied by the machinations of those in power? The suppressed energy, the unspoken potential, still hummed beneath the surface of modernity, haunting the dreams of those who dared to envision a world unchained by conventional energy sources. The truth, obscured by time and intent, remained a tantalizing enigma. St. Louis, 1904. The Louisiana Purchase Exposition, known as the St. Louis World's Fair, was a celebration of American ingenuity and progress. Yet beneath its surface, a series of curious exhibits and unexplained phenomena captivated the curious and the skeptical alike. The Electricity Building, a sprawling edifice dedicated to the wonders of applied science, housed an array of devices that seemed to tap into an unseen reservoir of power. Visitors spoke in hushed tones of the lightning machines, which crackled with energy yet emitted no discernible noise. It was as if the building itself had become a living entity, pulsating with a hidden rhythm. Among these enigmatic devices was the Teleforce apparatus, a machine reportedly capable of transmitting power through the air. Demonstrations were held daily, showcasing small engines running without wires, powered by seemingly nothing at all. Attendees described feeling a tingling sensation on their skin, as if the very air was charged with electricity. Skeptics were silenced by the undeniable evidence before their eyes, yet no official explanation was provided. The apparatus vanished after the fair, leaving only cryptic accounts and the tantalizing prospect of technological marvel lost to time. The gatekeepers, deeply entrenched in American industry and politics, moved to ensure the erasure of these potential disruptions to their control. Key components of the Teleforce apparatus were seized by government agents under the guise of national security concerns. Inventors were silenced through intimidation and legal threats. Public interest in the devices was redirected through a carefully orchestrated media campaign, painting them as mere novelties with no practical application. The status quo, it seemed, had been preserved at the cost of genuine innovation. Another curiosity of the fair was the etheric force machine, a contraption that purportedly harnessed ambient energy from the environment. Demonstrators claimed it could power small vehicles, and indeed, miniature models were seen zipping around a track with no visible fuel source. Observers noted an unusual sensation, as if the very air around the machine was alive with potential energy. Despite the undeniable display, the machine was dismissed as a gimmick, and its inventor faded into obscurity, leaving behind a machine that could have revolutionized transportation. As the fair concluded, the shadows of the St. Louis phenomenon stretched long, casting doubt upon the official narrative. The wondrous machines and their capabilities were quietly filed away, relegated to the realm of forgotten curiosities. Yet the questions lingered: what had truly been witnessed at the fair? Were these devices glimpses of a future unbounded by traditional energy constraints, or mere illusions crafted to dazzle the masses? The echoes of the fair continued to resonate, a haunting reminder of what might have been, had the truths unveiled not been so meticulously concealed by those who feared their implications. San Francisco, 1915. The Panama Pacific International Exposition was a celebration of human triumph over adversity, marking the city's rebirth after the devastating 1906 earthquake. But beyond the glittering facades and towering arches, a deeper mystery lay in wait. The Palace of Machinery, a colossal edifice dedicated to the marvels of technology, housed machines that defied all known principles of energy. Inside, whispers of free energy devices echoed among visitors, as machines operated with an efficiency that seemed to transcend the limits of contemporary science. Yet, official records remained suspiciously sparse. One of the most intriguing exhibits was the oscillation transformer, a device that reportedly generated energy by tapping into the Earth's natural frequencies. Demonstrations left audiences spellbound, as it powered lights and machinery without any visible connection to standard power sources. Witnesses described a subtle hum that resonated through the hall, a sound that seemed almost musical in its quality. Yet, despite its apparent success, the transformer was quietly dismantled after the fair, and its inventor's name faded into obscurity, leaving only tantalizing rumors of what might have been achieved. The gatekeepers, this time a coalition of industrial moguls and governmental agencies, acted decisively to stifle any potential upheaval. Patents related to the oscillation transformer were seized, catalogued under classified headings that obscured their true nature. Inventors were coerced into silence through legal and financial pressures. The narrative was controlled, ensuring that any discussion of free energy remained firmly within the realm of fantasy. Newspapers of the time, influenced by powerful interests, dismissed the exhibits as mere curiosities, ensuring that the status quo remained unchallenged. The fair also showcased the harmonic generator, a machine that reportedly harnessed sound waves to produce energy. Demonstrations were held in a specially constructed chamber, where the machine emitted a resonant tone that seemed to vibrate within the very fibers of the building. Spectators reported feeling invigorated, as if charged by an invisible force, yet the technology was officially dismissed as impractical. As the fair drew to a close, the harmonic generator was quietly packed away, its potential lost to the shadows of forgotten innovation. As the Panama Pacific International Exposition ended, the enigmatic exhibits of the Palace of Machinery lingered in the collective consciousness. What had truly been displayed within those walls? Could these machines have heralded a new era of energy independence, were it not for the intervention of those who feared decoupling wealth from resources? The unanswered questions remained, a testament to the lost opportunities and the relentless grip of those who sought to control the narrative. The echoes of what could have been resonated long after the fair's lights dimmed, a haunting reminder of the secrets hidden in plain sight. New York City, 1939. The New York World's Fair, staged on the eve of global upheaval, promised a vision of the world of tomorrow. Yet beneath the gleaming skyscrapers and futuristic pavilions, an undercurrent of mystery flowed. The Westinghouse time capsule, designed to preserve the present for future generations, concealed more than just cultural artifacts. It was rumored to contain blueprints and fragments from devices of past expositions, secrets of free energy that had been hidden away. As the capsule was buried for posterity, one couldn't help but wonder what truths lay locked within. The General Motors Pavilion presented the Futurama, a ride through a model city of the future, powered by an unspoken force that seemed to promise endless energy. The cityscape bristled with towers of light, vehicles moving soundlessly along elevated roads. Attendees reported a sensation of being swept up in an invisible current, a glimpse of a world unburdened by the constraints of coal and oil. Yet, the mechanics behind this marvel were never fully disclosed, shrouded in the same secrecy that haunted the fair's predecessors. In a hidden corner of the fair, the electrokinetic power plant drew a select audience. This enigmatic installation was said to convert kinetic energy from ambient motion into electricity, powering lights and small devices without the need for traditional generation methods. Witnesses described the plant as eerily silent, the air charged with a palpable energy that seemed to vibrate with potential. Despite its apparent success, the electrokinetic power plant was dismantled after the fair, its technology never to resurface in public discourse again. The gatekeepers, now bolstered by wartime alliances between government and industry, moved with increased resolve to suppress these breakthroughs. Any inventor who dared to claim free energy was quickly silenced through elaborate legal battles and strategic discreditation. The media, tightly controlled by vested interests, portrayed the fair's technological wonders as fanciful distractions, ensuring that the public remained anchored in the conventional energy paradigm. The possibility of a world transformed by free energy was carefully erased from collective memory. As the New York World's Fair came to an end, the promise of the world of tomorrow faded into a world overshadowed by conflict and control. The secrets of free energy, glimpsed fleetingly in the fair's exhibits, slipped away into obscurity. What might have been, had these innovations been allowed to flourish, remained a tantalizing enigma, haunting the corridors of history. The echoes of suppressed potential lingered, a reminder of the forces that conspired to keep humanity tethered to the known, away from the dawn of a new age. Philadelphia, 1876. The Centennial Exposition marked America's 100th birthday with a showcase of progress and prosperity. But amidst the brass bands and patriotic fervor, a peculiar anomaly beckoned the inquisitive. The Machinery Hall, a cathedral of industrial prowess, hummed with the sound of innovation. Yet one device stood apart, a mysterious, magnetic generator that reportedly produced energy without any visible fuel. Its creator, an obscure inventor named Franklin Sutton, claimed he had tapped into the Earth's magnetic fields. Skeptics crowded the hall, yet left confounded by the machine's silent operation, which powered an array of lights without a single coal-fired puff. Sutton's demonstrations drew the attention of curious onlookers, including international delegates and engineers. The machine's core, a series of copper coils, spun effortlessly, generating a palpable field of energy. Those who stood near it described a tingling sensation, as if the very air was electrified. Despite its apparent success, the magnetic generator was shrouded in mystery, with technical details omitted from official records. As the exposition progressed, murmurs of disbelief mixed with awe, questioning whether such technology could herald a new era of energy independence. The gatekeepers, powerful industrialists and financiers, watched with unease. Sutton's invention threatened the burgeoning coal and oil industries that underpinned their wealth. Swiftly, they moved to neutralize him, pressuring him with legal entanglements and financial ruin. Sutton's patents were stalled indefinitely, buried under a mound of bureaucratic red tape. Such was the influence of these industrial titans that public interest in Sutton's work gradually waned, his name relegated to the back pages of history, while the magnetic generator was dismantled and forgotten. Another enigma of the exposition was the electromagnetic engine, a sleek device that reportedly harnessed the ambient electrical charges in the atmosphere. Demonstrators claimed it could power small machines, and prototypes were displayed, seemingly operating independently of any external power source. Observers noted a subtle hum, a resonance that seemed to fill the air with a calming energy. Despite the engine's apparent potential, it was dismissed by authorities as an impractical curiosity, its inventor mysteriously disappearing from public view. As the Centennial Exposition came to a close, the secrets of the Machinery Hall lingered like a phantom in the minds of those who had witnessed its marvels. What had truly been demonstrated in Philadelphia? Could these devices have unlocked a future unshackled from the constraints of traditional energy sources? A future obscured by the shadowy dealings of those in power? The whispers of free energy devices became lost in the passage of time, a haunting reminder of unrealized potential and the relentless grip of those who sought to control the dawn of innovation.